you look at the Jets right now, and the Jets had Aaron Rodgers. He runs on the field with an American flag, the highest viewed Monday Night Football game. He plays 4 snaps. He tears his Achilles. And now the Jets have been an absolute debacle of an organization and a team. And now all of a sudden you're hearing that Aaron Rodgers is making a comeback. And for the first time, anybody that's had an Achilles injury like that, coming back possibly this season. Do you think this is a false story or just trying to create some kind of story for the New York Jets to hide all the craziness that's happened this season with Zach Wilson?
To be honest, from the beginning, I kind of thought the Jets was like a quarterback away from being, a contender. And I still think that. But this Achilles thing, I just, to be honest, like I've had injuries and it's almost unbelievable. Like I hope he's back, but it's just I don't know if he tore it. If he's, like just being honest, like I've never seen anybody recover from a torn Achilles that fast.
So are you saying there's some kind of conspiracy theories
He's
involved?
He's superhuman. Come on, he's Superman. I mean,
he has a really good doctor. He hit rehab extremely hard.
I've heard, Brandon, I've heard stories that he has been doing so many different things rehab wise, and he ordered a $2 million machine to his house so he could sit in there and heal like Terrell Owens did. I mean, did anybody believe that Terrell Owens was going to play in the Super Bowl? I mean, the guy broke his leg.
Yeah.
I mean, and he had over 100 yards. He had a touchdown in the game. Yeah. Almost helped the Eagles win a Super Bowl against the Patriots. So if you remember that story. So Aaron Rodgers is doing the same thing. I think Aaron Rodgers is dedicated. I think he has something to prove. He wanted to prove, and I do believe this. I think the reason why he came back and he wanted to be with the Jets and he wanted to go to an organization because he wanted to prove that he could win a championship with an organization that hasn't won a championship in over 50 years. And if he does that, he becomes a god. And that's with the NFL. And you could say whatever you want about Tom Brady. Tom Brady knows that he's going to be looked at as a god. He's the GOAT. He's this because he won 7 Super Bowls and he's the great. In anybody's view, because he's won 7 Super Bowls, when they forget it's a team game, because he won 7 Super Bowls, he's the greatest quarterback, the greatest player to ever play the game, which I think is false. That's just my opinion. And Aaron Rodgers and what he's done in the league, because he hasn't won 2 Super Bowls, nobody's going to compare him to Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or any of those quarterbacks that are ahead of him because he hasn't done it twice. So you look at Aaron Rodgers right now, and to me, Brandon, you know the game of football. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers has a lot more to give when it comes to the Jets, and he has 2 more years left on his contract? Do you still think he can play at a high level?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the reason why he's so hungry to come back, honestly, because he has Garrett Wilson. I mean, he has a better supporting cast than he did those last couple of years in Green Bay, without Devontae Adams, of course. But, like, if he's healthy, I feel like they're a contender. But, like, if he's not healthy, I don't think he need to go out there. That's my take on it.
Well, you did hear that Devontae Adams could have the Jets could have an opportunity to land Devontae Adams. There was a story that just came out last week that the Jets were trying to make a move for Devontae Adams at the trade deadline. It didn't work out because Vegas decided to part ways with their coach and their GM instead of some of their players, which made no sense. And they still have Devontae Adams here. There are stories coming out that the Jets are going to go heavily after Devontae Adams in the offseason. What do you think the team could be next year if you have Devontae Adams on one side and Garrett Wilson on the other?
Trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. Trouble. If they got Aaron Rodgers, trouble. Like they contender. Like with that, because him and Devontae Adams, and I've seen it in person. I've seen it live. Like they got a different type of relationship. Like their connection is insane. It's almost like they read each other's mind. Like it's ridiculous. You can't stop it.